Oh boy, I've got a whole bunch of stuff on this Tylenol thing.
We need to have a serious talk, and this isn't going to be one of my funny videos because I don't think this shit is funny at all anymore, and you people need to cut it out. Cut it out. I just watched a video from Nicole Sorrento on her Instagram about a husband who contacted her at 4 a.m. this morning. Do you know why? Because his wife, pregnant wife, who's 23 to 25 weeks pregnant, wanted to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism. Guess where she is? She's in a hospital on a ventilator with liver failure, and they said she's not going to survive.
They're all over the place, guys. Me popping Tylenol while pregnant, because WTF is the government gonna do about it? Here's another one.
I have to take Tylenol for my headache while pregnant because I don't take my medical advice from a man who doesn't have a degree in science, healthcare, or medicine, and who had a parasitic brain infection and was addicted to heroin for 14 years. Yeah, I'll trust my doctors who have their degree.
I'm not sure if she missed the part yesterday when the doctors Marty McCary, Jay Bhattacharya, and Mehmet Oz took the microphone to say that the science shows Tylenol during pregnancy can be harmful. It's not coming from the commander-in-chief. It's coming from the medical staff that's telling us if it's good or bad. And look, guys, with all of the ingredients that they've told us that has been safe for I don't know how many years, I'm talking centuries, and now they're telling us that it's a carcinogenic. All these huge name brands have to get the ingredients out of their products because America's buying it every day. Yeah, if they're telling us that there's some prescription drugs out there that aren't good, I'd lean to think you might want to listen. Current news you all should be aware of, coming right up. Hey guys, my name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. And if you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most important, news and awareness that affects you, be sure to start this video off with a like, hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date, and let's begin. Hey guys, thanks for starting this off with a like. Really helps this get out to more folks, keep more people informed. But seriously, this is getting out of hand. Now we've got a bunch of pregnant gals that don't apparently like the leadership in charge that are like, we don't like you, so we're gonna pop Tylenol all day long. So look, President Trump said, stop taking Tylenol, especially if you're pregnant, for all kinds of medical reasons. And then he had a whole panel of doctors and a bunch of science to back it up. Now you step back, like a 10,000 foot view. What he's saying is to potentially better people's lives. Don't take this. It could be bad. It could be linked to autism and all kinds of other stuff. Don't support these pharmaceutical companies. Save your money, not give me your money, and people are going crazy and berserk. Like, seriously, taking a step back, it's more about keeping people healthy. It's not political. It's about having a healthier home and a healthier lifestyle, right? And with just crazy mentality, you got pregnant gals coming out. I don't like him. I don't like anything he says. So despite precautionary levels, despite just in case he's right, I'm gonna pop pills while I'm pregnant. So with that being said, would you say that the passion they have against Donald Trump exceeds the precautionary levels over their own child? Seriously, put it in the comments. Let me know if I'm crazy right there. Let me know if you guys are tracking with me. And is that what it seems like? I'm going to do exactly opposite what he says because I don't like you. I don't like what you stand for. And I don't care the implications. I'm going to do exactly the opposite of what you just said. Even if it's harmful to my child. Is that what I'm seeing, guys? Put it in the comments. Let me know. This is the way that I'm picking it up. If I'm picking it up wrong, you guys can set me straight. I want to show you what this gal says, which makes a lot of sense. And I think it's information you guys should know. But first, for those of you that didn't actually get to hear what our current leader said, I want to share that with you because I know not everybody tunes in. So check this out.
Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born. And you know what? We have More than 3 years left. And I told Bobby and the doctors behind me, and they are so committed to this.
Getting the point? Here's a little bit more.
Just effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. He probably hasn't said it because everyone says Tylenol.
Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol. During pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever, that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it. I guess there's that. It's a small number of cases, I think. But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it, that's what you're going to have to do.
So you guys realize they're linking this now to lots of medical ailments. And they're saying that people that don't take this type of stuff, much like the Amish, have zero autism in kids. And that's just one example. Check this out.
All of these great doctors behind me were there. I told them this is what we have to find out. Because when you go from 20,000 to 10,000 and then you go to 12, you know there's something artificial. They're taking something. And by the way, I think I can say that there are certain groups of people that don't take vaccines and don't take any pills that have no autism. That have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently, is that a correct statement, by the way?
There are some studies that suggest that, yeah, with the Amish, for example.
The Amish, yeah, virtually. I heard none. See, Bobby wants to be very careful with what he says, and he should, but I'm not so careful with what I say. But you have certain groups, the Amish as an example, they have essentially no autism. First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol. During pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever.
Is that not crazy? All of a sudden, it's not good. And how many years have people been taking this? Seriously, there's probably some deeper investigation that needs to happen here. But the fact that it's coming out, and I imagine these huge pharmaceutical companies are powerful. And I'm talking about the billions. I don't know, are they into the trillions? Billions of dollars, powerful. So the implications from this, I'm sure, are huge. Let alone possible lawsuits yet to be had. I want you guys to hear this other video that was sent to me from the community. They want you to see this. But for a split second, first, again, the craze that's going on. And I'm telling you, these people, what's the risk versus reward here?
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm gonna take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's gonna work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
Like I said, guys, they're doing this for views. You really think it's worth it? Last video, check this out.
I'm angry. I'm so angry for someone to be that selfish towards their unborn child. And how stupid. How stupid. Every single one of you who support this, you think it's funny, you're making videos. There's nothing cute, funny. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. I mean, to think that this is where we've gotten to, right? As a country, to think that people hate a man so much, not because they really have anything to hate him for, but because they're told, programmed to believe Orange Man died, that you would go to these levels. You know, people joke and they say Trump derangement syndrome. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, it's real. It should be labeled a real mental illness. Because I'm a mother of 3 sons. And I'm trying to put myself in the head of somebody who would do something so stupid and dangerous, knowing that they're carrying another life. I'm angry, I'm enraged, I have words, I'm at a loss for words. Stop. Listen, I'm praying for that woman.
So it's about, it's going to be 6 a.m. finally. And for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend that you do. I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol. And she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. And the guy got my phone number from somebody. Somebody gave it to him. I mean, guys, it's early in the morning. I'm still in Hello Kitty sweatpants in my gym trying to work out. And she's going to die. Going to be, let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death, is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful death, okay? Because Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the 3 most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with, so I don't get censored. But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. I mean, weren't these the same people who put Harvard and Fauci and the pillars of science on a pedestal? And now they refuse to believe it. Like, I don't believe it either. But I'm also not going to go overdose on Tylenol either. And it's just so sad because he has to make the choice of them going and trying to emergency deliver this baby. And the baby may not survive. The baby's going to spend a long time in the NICU. Hopefully the baby will survive. And remember, guys, preemies have complications even if they do survive. I didn't ask him if he had more children. So, I mean, let's say this woman they have more children. They lost their mother. Baby's not going to grow up with the mom. He lost his whole life if this baby dies too. All because of TikTok challenges, guys. Everybody wants, well, not everybody, but maybe these crazy liberal women. They, literally hate Trump so bad that she killed herself and her baby potentially. I'm just I don't even have words for this because it's such a waste of life. It's such a waste of life.
This is what's going on. This is what's going on. One, for all of us that have been taking Tylenol for years and possibly now it is actually not good for us. Then you got people that passionately don't like someone, so they're gonna put their lives at risk and their babies' lives at risk for what? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Eager to hear what you have to say. Had to let you know that this is what's going on. You guys might want to think twice before buying Tylenol and do your research. Double check everything. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell because I'm always bringing you guys stuff that you should probably know. And I got a lot more coming down the pipe. Keep rapping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.